5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut! Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Heck with the Airport Area Chamber of Commerce, and a sincere, warm welcome for everyone here. And I'm going to call it the Iris House, if that's okay. I was here a few years ago and saw the transformation, if you will, of what it was then to what it is now, and it's just a really, really special place. So I'm not going to say a lot about the chamber or anything like that, but I just want to reflect on two things coming over here. One are the volunteers and those individuals that make this whole thing successful and make it really, really special. I spent the last 5 hours today downtown at the University of Pittsburgh Institute of Politics on workforce development. Very, very important stuff. Big stuff for our region with the county executive and corporate leaders and all this stuff was going on. And after leaving and coming here, I thought to myself, to me, this is more important. And think about that with all the, all the caregivers and what you're doing is one day going to affect all of us. We're all going to be in a situation where our loved ones need us or need a helping hand, need a kind warm heart to be there when their last time with us is that real special time. This makes that time for them so much special, so very, very special. The other thing is from a business standpoint, a lot of people that are in this room run businesses. They go through their everyday and the different stresses about their business and about all that other stuff. One of the things that really helps me, is to volunteer, is to take a step back and find something that you're passionate about and spend a little extra time and volunteer. Get your staff to volunteer. Do some things out of your little bubble that make a difference. And that's what's being done here. So Lisa, congratulations for this. I know it's a very, very special day for you and Chuck. And we're all behind you and support you. And we're really thrilled to all be here. And if I'm not the first one to say congratulations and also to say Merry Christmas, because we're just about here in your beautiful place and the holidays are right behind us. So what a great appropriate time. So thank you all. Lisa, it's all yours.
I don't even know what to say other than I am truly touched and honored and feel so very grateful. And I'm going to start to cry that all these people are here supporting caregivers. And yes, Chuck and I, but I'll take us back. I could not be doing it without this man right here. So, yes. I go back to a year after we had incorporated the nonprofit in 2010. We weren't even a 501c3 yet. And we had already started the gardens. If you know the history of why this all came to fruition, was working from my own grief from my father. And as I worked in the earth and my pain was put into the earth, with the help of my family, creating all of these gardens, the concept of Hope Grows happened from different angles, from looking at research, from divine intervention, and just, this creative brain that sometimes never shuts off. I was in a garden working out there with my husband, and I looked at him and I said, what do you think about turning our home into a bed and breakfast for caregivers to take a break away overnight? And he looked at me and he said, have you lost your mind? And I said, well, yeah, I have.
Long time ago.
I said, but seriously, we built this beautiful home in 1996. Our children were starting to grow and leave the nest, and it just seemed so fitting. And it took a couple of years for him to really come on board with this concept. But since then he's been, hands-on and just doing everything he can to help me succeed in this. And I don't know what more to say other than that. And I'm glad we're finally here. At that time, I didn't know that we were even zoned here for a bed and breakfast. We bought, a little bit of the history of the land. We bought the property from Paul and Laverne Tierney, who were Moon Township residents. And what I didn't know until I shared with my next door neighbor that what we were doing here, what we wanted to do with the home, she said to me, do you know the history of the land? And I said, no, I know that you purchased this land from the same couple that we did and next door here, and that they had owned several acres. Well, what I didn't know was that they had owned 14 acres. We were the last 2.5 acres to purchase or to be sold off. And, they were willed the 14 acres. And the reason they were willed the 14 acres is because they were the caregivers at the woman who owned the property at the end of her life. And so, yes, so in thanks to them, they gave that property to the Tierneys. So for me, this became full circle. Like, there's a reason that we bought this land. There's a reason that we built this home. There's a reason that we're here other than just raising our own family. So here we are today, cutting a ribbon to open the doors for caregivers to be able to come and take a break away. I am overwhelmed at the fact that we have 80 caregivers on a waiting list to be notified when this opens. And then, yes. And UPMC's Family Hospice has applied and received a grant to be able to give monies to their caregivers to be able to spend here. All right. Yeah, so to me, that's a game changer. I think it's just going to it's just going to grow from there. The other thing that's just overwhelming too is I have 2 other homes in the state of Pennsylvania that want to do this too. They want to open this type of a model in their area. And I've also had people from different states that want to replicate this as well. So this is the start, I think, of something really big. And by then I want to be retired and somebody else doing it. So I'd love for my husband at this point to say a few words as well.
Thank you all for coming. Mainly, I'm just here to support Lisa and her mission and Hope Grows. So it's her vision that's made this all happen. That's all.
Okay, so we do have a couple of speakers here tonight that we want to bring into the space because without their support, we wouldn't be where we're standing today. And the first person that I'd like to bring into this space is Architectural Innovations. They were the ones that provided in-kind support in helping us with our architectural renderings that we needed to apply for this concept at the township level. So Mark, right? Yeah. I got it right. Okay. So Mark and I just met tonight. Jan, the owner of the firm, was unable to be here, and Mark graciously agreed to come and say a few words.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, Lisa and Chuck, thank you, and thank you to all the volunteers. What an incredible mission Hope Grows has. Jan Brimmeyer, as Lisa said, was unable to be here, but sends her regrets and her regards. Architectural Innovations had the opportunity, the pleasure of helping with the design and space planning for this renovation that you see. And what a great project. One of AI's core values is to give back. And we couldn't think of a better way to give back than help with this project. And on a personal note, some of you may know that Jan Brimmeyer, a while back, was a caregiver. And my wife and I are transitioning into a caregiving role with an aging parent. So this is really personal for us. And I look forward to partnering, and our firm does too, And thank you very much for having us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. That was wonderful. And the next I have on the list to speak with us is Dawn Lane. She is the head of the Township of Moon. So I will tell you that at the time, I just want a real quick note, back in September of 2019 is when I was out in our new pollinator garden. We had just started it. And I was by myself. It was a late afternoon. There was no wind, and a divine intervention piece came through that garden again that day. And I said, you know what? It's time to transition. We need to get to the township. We had been talking about this for from 2011 till now, what's that, 8 years? It's time. It's time to transition. It took a while for me personally and Chuck and I to do this. This is our home. 4 children, 8 grandchildren. It hit my grandchildren a lot harder than my own children, and they were, where are we having Thanksgiving dinner, Graham? So it's been a lot. It's been a lot of emotion in doing that, and I will say that when we finally went to the township to do this, to apply and have this approved, I could not have. I was overwhelmed with the support and just how everybody was behind what we wanted to do, and just expedited, that process of getting it approved. So thank you for that, and I've got the floor.
Thank you. So I am Dawn Lane. I am the township manager. I'm not the head of the township. I have 5 bosses that I answer to. One is over here someplace, but I'm here on behalf of the Board of Supervisors and the township to say thank you to Lisa. I know this has been a long journey for you, and government is not always easy to work with. We try our best to make it easy for our businesses and for our residents. So when Lisa came, like she said, we worked with her through our community development department to be able to make this happen, because what she is providing, the service that she's providing is like none other in this community, especially. In Moon Township right now, we have about 27,000 residents in Moon Township, and we're just continuing to grow. So we are really proud that Lisa has chosen to do this in Moon Township, and we welcome anybody with great ideas like this to become part of Moon Township. So Lisa, thank you again for being a great partner for us, and we look forward to working with you through the township and supporting you in the future.
Yay. I'm going to invite UPMC into the space at this point. So just a little bit of background about UPMC's health plan. I have to do a little bit of history. What was that, Kendra, about 8 years ago?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So we actually have a neighbor here that was a caregiver for her mom, and she happened to be my one daughter's first grade teacher over at Allard, the school across the street, and she went to a support group, Powerful Tools for Caregivers support group that UPMC was providing. And at the end, she went up to Kendra and her team, and she said, "Do you know Lisa Story and Hope Grows?" And they said, "No, we don't." She goes, "You have to meet them." So at that point, we made an appointment. Kendra came with her team, and we spend a couple hours that day just talking. And they were like, "What can I do? I'll be a board member. I'll do whatever. What can we do to help?" And they not only have been a financial support in what we're doing, but they're hands-on. It's a roll their sleeves up, and they're like, "What can we do to be a part of making this successful, not only for our immediate community here, but just the community of Pittsburgh and beyond?" So I'm very proud to have them here tonight to actually talk and speak about on behalf of Hope Grows and our partnership that we've had. And Kendra is our board president. She has, she's been here since the beginning, which is just awesome. I'm glad that she's in our corner.
So my name is Kendra White, and this is Angela Perry. And Angela she's been our chief Medicare officer for about a little over a year. Mm-hmm. And she's shifting our paradigm back to sort of what UPMC is all about. When people hear UPMC, they always think hospitals. Well, for us as the health plan and our Medicare plans, we think about caring for the whole person and how do we take care of people when they come out of the hospital, if they need connections to resources. And it's, I always say it's your plan for better health. We're not just your health plan. So Angela has been supportive of Hope Grows and our relationship and partnership since the very beginning. And I think that there's a lot of things that can come to fruition from that, and we're very, very proud that this is happening. Yes, finally. Watch what you wish for, I said. Watch what you wish for, you just might get it. So it's really exciting, and there's no other organization that's doing this in this area, and it's something that can be sustainable, hopefully more sustainable and replicable across the state, and who knows how much
the
more.
country,
So,
the
country,
world?
the world domination. So go ahead, Angela. I want you to say a few words
Again,
too.
I want to be retired by then.
No, but your vision is so powerful and so important. And one of the things that Kendra brought to me just initially was this focus on caregivers, because we spend so much time focusing on our members and wanting to do the right things for them. But, the people that were closest to me were my grandparents. They were my people. And watching my grandfather try to take care of my grandmother and my aunts and uncle, and everybody trying to do that really shaped how I think about healthcare. And what you're doing is taking care of the people who take care of our people. So, supporting this and this vision and having an understanding about the fatigue, the frustration, the fear, all of those things that go into caregiving, and still showing up and still loving and loving through the pain and all of those things. I think it's just extraordinary, and I'm proud to be a supporter. I'm so happy that Kendra's been involved from the beginning, because this is central to health and just humanity and aging well. So thank you for what you do, and we're proud to be partners. So thank you.
Thanks, wonderful. Okay, we have one more person we're going to invite into this space, and that is State Representative Anita Kulik. She is here to speak on behalf of Hope Grows. She's been to a couple of our other things that we have had here at Hope Grows, and I'm really blessed and honored to have you here today. Thank you. So come on in.
But, I'm really the one who's blessed and honored, because, when I go to Harrisburg, it's crazy. And it gets nasty, but I get hope from all of you when I go there, because I can know back home things are normal. People are doing things to help each other. And that's what really makes Pennsylvania spin as well as it does. Because I know back in our districts, back home, people are really caring about each other. And we have to remember that when we're in Harrisburg. And I've spent a lot of time here and at events, and the concept is amazing. And, our legislator, our government is blessed to have citizens who really give a damn about helping, everyone. So thank you, Lisa, so much for this. And I can't wait to get back up there next year and tell everybody, look what's going on in our area. And this could spread. And this is what we need to learn how to do in government, and not argue and not do this, and just say, look, we can make things happen. Thank you for making this happen.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. So I think that wraps up our speakers for tonight. And I just want to say again, thank you all for being here and being a part of this, this moment. It's been a long time in coming, and I am just truly blessed to be able to open 2 of the 4 bedrooms that, to start. So we'll be able to do that come sometime in January, and I'm really looking forward to what's to come after that. So I did want to do a couple of quick thank yous, though. I can't do this without our board of directors, whom there's quite a few here, and they do have a name tag on today so you can know who you're talking to, and also our staff and and our volunteers. They're amazing. I can't even begin to tell you what everybody does to support this nonprofit. So, and our supporters and donors, without that, we wouldn't be able to be where we're at as well. So again, thank you all. I don't know what else to say, but other than thank you.